Chapter 6. Back at Mighty Eagle's cave, the newly formed heist crew of Red, Chuck, Bomb, Silver, Mighty Eagle, Leonard, and Courtney had gathered to hear the plan. The power struggle between Red and Leonard wasn't showing any signs of going away either. "Each of you has been selected because you are the best in your field," said Leonard before adding, "that we could find." The group scoffed at Leonard's rude remark, but he continued without hesitation. "Your skills will be put to the test, facing this." Using a pointer, Leonard dramatically revealed a picture of the third island. "As you can clearly see, this is a volcano," Red interrupted him. "A volcano is what my assistant was going to say." Red tried to grab the pointer from Leonard, but Leonard did not want to give it up. "Assistant? You're the assistant! I'll take that!" Leonard said as he struggled to get the pointer back. Red held on to it as tightly as he could. No, I'm the leader!" Silver cleared her throat, which caused Red and Leonard to stop fighting over the pointer. "Actually, it's a composite volcano. You can tell by the height and the clearly apparent vent clusters." "Vent clusters. I was going to say that," Leonard said defensively. "Okay, forget I said volcano. It's a super weapon," Red declared. "Yep, and here's the scary part. This is their psychotic leader," Red said as he pointed to the new image on the screen without looking at it. He didn't know the image was an embarrassing selfie he had taken. Noticing the odd looks from the group, Leonard looked at the image. "Whoops! How did that get in there? Next! Courtney!" "You took him," Courtney reminded him. Red stepped in, taking over the slideshow. "Ahem. This is their psychotic leader." The screen clicked to a photo of the majestic, evil eagle, Zeta. "Ah!" Mighty Eagle screamed, which caused stares from his teammates. "Whoa, hey buddy, you know her?" Red asked. "What, me?" Mighty Eagle fumbled. "No, definitely not, absolutely not. I've never seen her before in my life. Who's that?" "I don't know." No one knew what to say because it was obvious that Mighty Eagle was lying. Finally, Red spoke up. Not terribly convincing, but moving on. "Okay, folks, so no need to panic. Nothing here. Haven't dealt with him before. I saved the island once. I can do it again." "Great! What's the plan?" Silver asked. "The plan," Red pondered. "So, 3 steps. Step 1, we're going to travel undetected to Eagle Island. That's step 1. Red racked his brain as he tried to come up with a plan on the fly. Silver was listening intently and taking notes. "Step 2, Red continued hesitantly. "We are going to break into the super weapon. We'll just shimmy on in there." Red looked at her notes and circled the words, "No plan," repeatedly. "No plan," she said to herself. Red was still talking. "Step 3, we are going to deactivate that super weapon and escape. Hopefully before both our islands are destroyed and we all die. So, that's it." "Right," said Silver. "So I just have a few questions." "What? Why? I just explained everything. It's a foolproof plan." Red was dumbfounded by Silver's boldness. She was the newbie. He was the pro. "How do we sneak onto the island? What exactly is the super weapon? How do we deactivate it? And when you say escape, how do you plan on doing that exactly?" Silver asked with a rapid-fire delivery. "Because I feel like this is a pretty crucial thing to figure out." "I agree. Why isn't she in charge?" Leonard asked. He was trying to wind Red up even more. "Hey, guys, hold on a second, please," Red said, trying to keep the attention on him. It wasn't working, though. Everyone was more interested in what Silverwood had to say. "Mighty Eagle, Do you want to wait on this? She asked. You're an eagle. Any chance you might have a map? Mighty Eagle quickly walked over to a wall and struck a dramatic pose. It was obvious he was trying to hide something behind his body. What? No, there's no map, Mighty Eagle told them, but then he accidentally bumped into the wall he was trying to keep covered, causing a map to unroll for all of them to see. The map read, This is a map of Eagle Island. But Mighty Eagle's failed trickery was quickly overshadowed by an ominous whistling sound from outside. It sounded like it was coming closer and closer. Wait a minute. You guys hear that? Red asked. The team listened as Silver followed the sound to the doorway and looked out at the sky. Suddenly, her eyes went wide with fear, and she gasped, Hey guys? They all looked out of the doorway, only to see a giant ice ball flying right towards them. It's headed straight for us! Run! Leonard screamed as they tried to escape before the giant chunk of ice hit. The team ran through the dark cave screaming. Red remembered to snatch Mighty Eagle's map of Eagle Island just before the ice ball made contact with Mighty Eagle's home. In a panic, Mighty Eagle screamed and threw the birds and pigs onto his back before jumping from the cave and flying through the air and out of danger into the nick of time. Behind them, they saw the giant ice ball fully collide with the top of Eagle Mountain. It broke off a large piece of the summit, which crashed into the ocean. The team couldn't believe what had just happened. Over on Eagle Island, however, there was someone who could very much believe it. Rewind it, play it again, Zeta demanded gleefully. She, along with her assistant Debbie and a few Eagle engineers, were watching the action replay of the ice ball destroying Mighty Eagle's mountain on Bird Island. They all cheered as Glenn replayed the footage on the monitor. Yes, baby! You knocked the top right off of it. Well, that should send him running, Zeta declared. Wait, him? Send who running? Debbie asked. Them! I said them! Stop asking me stupid questions, Zeta insisted. Riding through the air on Mighty Eagle's back, the team was still in shock. Wow, that was crazy! We could have all died, Red said. Red tried to comfort them. Well, you can always count on me to crash! But he was interrupted when he crashed into a cliff, sending all his riders falling through the air. Everyone screamed in terror, except Red, who got a steely look of determination in his eyes. It was hero time! Red unfurled the map into the wind. Everyone, grab the map! He instructed them. The map was so large that once everyone was a hold of it, it worked like a parachute, slowing their fall and saving their lives. Red breathed a sigh of relief. Until rip! Mom, please tell me that was the sound of your pants ripping. Chuck begged. I don't wear pants. In terror, they all watched as the small rip in the map became a huge rip. Their makeshift parachute failed, sending them all plummeting towards the ground, screaming, None of us wear pants! Silver had to do something. Like all self-respecting angry birds, she had a special state of being that she could call upon in times of need. It was Silver Vision. Suddenly, she could see all the calculations needed for their safe landing. Everything from trajectory, angle, and speed appeared right before her eyes. She used all of them to quickly formulate a plan. In an instant, Silver floated up to the big rip in the map and masterfully used her hair tie to cinch up the hole. Woof! The parachute was reborn. It softly It softened their fall just enough that they slammed into the ground but didn't die. Thwomp! Silver landed on top of Red. They were belly to belly, which was very awkward. Oh, um, their eyes met, and they both felt something they hadn't felt before. Hey! What is this? Chuck interrupted. Red and Silver instantly separated, acting like nothing had happened. So she was just Oh, she was just thanking me for saving everyone. I'm sorry, saving everyone? Silver objected. Yeah, the map was my idea. It ripped. Yeah, Red said, getting very annoyed. Well, maybe that's because there's one too many birds on this team. But Silver's rage was interrupted by a very sad Mighty Eagle. Oh, my mountain, he mourned. At the same time, Red and Silver called out, We gotta save the mountain! Jinx! Silver added gleefully, causing Red to groan and roll his eyes. Back at the super weapon, Zeta was still watching the monitor with Glenn. Wait, why isn't anyone leaving? She scowled. It appears that Glenn started to say that the birds had escaped, but Zeta stopped him by letting out a long growl. Then she violently ripped the monitor in half before letting a smile appear on her beak. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I want you to take all of those ice balls and fill them with molten lava. Glenn gulped. It sounded like the most insane plan ever. I'm pretty sure that's not possible. Zeta wasn't going to take no for an answer, though. Excuse me? She said, letting out another terrible growl. Glenn nodded. He would find a way to make it work. On Bird Island's main street, the birds were very nervous after the ice ball attack. The sun was setting, but they could still see mighty eagles smoldering. See Eagle Mountains smoldering in the distance. What's going to happen to our island? Red, are we going to be okay? One of the villagers asked. All right, guys, don't worry. We got this. Red here has got your backs, and your front, and your sides, Red assured them as he led the ice team through the crowd. The villagers were relieved that Red was there to take care of them. Thank you so much for coming out. It means a lot to each of us. Red thanked the villagers as the crew followed him down to the dock. Okay, Leonard, where's your ride? As if on cue, a tiny submarine popped out of the water, like a bubble. Aw, it's so cute! Okay, that's it, huh? Red criticized Leonard. How are we all supposed to fit in? Oh, I think we'll manage, Leonard said, smugly as he clicked his remote control. A gigantic submarine emerged from the water, pushing the tiny sub aside. It was so large that it blocked out the last rays of sun. The sheer size of it impressed all the birds on the dock. The heist team boarded the sub, and Red took a final look at all the birds and pigs who were depending on him. One bird held up a sign that read, "It's all up to you, Red," while the pigs held up a less supporting sign. "If we die, it's kind of your fault." Red took a moment to think about what was about to happen. Suddenly, he wasn't feeling so confident. I got this, he told himself nervously as the hatch closed on the sub and they submerged into the water and set off into the sunset.